The Second Temple in Jerusalem was the center of Jewish life, worship, and tradition. But when Jesus arrived, he challenged its leadership, prophesied its destruction, and redefined its purpose. What was his connection to the temple? And how did his words shape history? During Jesus' time, the Second Temple was the holiest place in Judaism, where people gathered for prayer, sacrifices, and festivals. Built after the Babylonian exile and later expanded by King Herod, it was a grand symbol of Jewish faith and national identity. The temple was also the center of power for the Sadducees and Pharisees, religious groups who often clashed with Jesus over his teachings. One of Jesus' most radical actions was cleansing the temple. He overturned the money changers' tables and drove out merchants, declaring, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." With these words, Jesus challenged the temple's leadership, accusing them of corruption and turning worship into a business. This act outraged the religious authorities and played a key role in their decision to seek his arrest. But Jesus also made a shocking prediction. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 2, he told his disciples, "Do you see all these great buildings? Not one stone here will be left on another. Every one will be thrown down." In 70 CE, Jesus' prophecy came true. The Romans, led by Titus, destroyed the Second Temple during the Jewish revolt, leaving only the Western Wall standing. This was one of the greatest turning points in Jewish and Christian history. The temple was gone and worship would never be the same again. But what if Jesus wasn't just predicting destruction? What if he was pointing to something greater? In John chapter 2, verse 19, Jesus said, "Destroy this temple, and I will raise it again in 3 days." While many thought he was talking about the physical temple, the Gospel of John explains, he was referring to his own body. Jesus was introducing a new way of worship, where God's presence would no longer be confined to a building. After Jesus' resurrection, early Christians saw him as the true temple, and they believed that through faith, believers themselves became the new temple of God. Today, the Western Wall remains a sacred place for Jewish prayer, while Christians see Jesus as the fulfillment of the temple's purpose. The site of the temple is now home to the Dome of the Rock, making it one of the most contested religious locations in the world. Some believe a third temple will one day be built, fulfilling biblical prophecy. But for Christians, Jesus' sacrifice replaced the need for another temple. What do you think? The Second Temple was central to Jesus' mission. He respected it, challenged its corruption, predicted its fall, and declared himself the new way to God. But what do you think? Was the destruction of the temple the end of an era or the beginning of something greater? If you found this video insightful, like, subscribe, and comment below. Let's explore history, faith, and prophecy together.